A very good evening to everybody. I'm back here at 10 o'clock as promised every day for more tips of IELTS. So today, the tips are going to be based on object-based cue cards, as you had all decided yesterday. We took a survey from all the online classes and offline classes, and the people wanted object-based cue cards first. So I'll be covering object-based cue cards right now, and probably in the next speaking class that is going to be after 3 days. So we'll be covering person-based and then event-based. And then obviously we have other cue cards, whatever hybrid cue cards, any kinds of cue cards we'll be covering after three days each. So let's start without wasting much time. Object-based cue cards. Now the probability of getting an object-based cue card is quite low. It's quite low. The reason for this is that mostly we get event-based cue cards. Event-based are like 80% of the cue cards are event-based today. And object-based are hardly about 5 to 7%. 5 to 7%. But again, we need to do it. That's very important, which is extremely important to do it. If you haven't followed us on social media, follow us on a YouTube channel, our blog, Instagram, Facebook, Telegram, and that's our WhatsApp number. You'll be requiring it. It's a very important number. We have a lot of offline campuses, Amritsar, Jalandhar, Ludhiana, Gurugram, Kapurthala, Tarantaran, Batala, and Gurdaspur. Okay. Now the speaking tips. Let's cover them up one by one. First of all, speak relevant. Don't just keep on speaking unnecessarily. Don't keep on adding material which is not connected. You know, it is not about your quantity of speaking. It is your quality of speaking which matters. So speak. I do agree, speak, but speak sense, which is more important. Now, talk as fluently as possible and be spontaneous, which means what? Fluency is very important and spontaneity is also very important. Spontaneity means like if somebody asks you a question, so you have to answer that question. You can't keep on thinking on that question for like 2 minutes and don't answer the question. And then you have to speak fluently as possible. You simply cannot start speaking like if somebody asks you questions, where do you stay? So you say that I stay in Mumbai. So you say, I stay in Mumbai. You know, that's not spontaneous. That's not fluent. And definitely you're not going to get marks for it. Relax, be confident, and enjoy using your English. You know, if you enjoy using your English, the examiner will love reading your English, which is very important. You got to develop your answers. How do you develop your answers? You develop your answers by giving reasoning to the answer. Speak more than the examiner, which is very important. Now the examiner asks you a question and you have to give the answer. Suppose the examiner asks you questions, are you a student? And you say yes. The answer is finished. Can the examiner mark you on this? He cannot mark you on this. It is not possible for him to mark you on this. You simply cannot give a yes or a no answer. They are not the right answers in speaking. Elaborate your answers because he is checking your speaking. You got to elaborate it. That is extremely important. Okay. Now, more tips. Because I'm going to be covering tips and then we'll start covering your object-based cue cards. Ask for clarification as necessary. Like, if you do not understand the question, you can ask the examiner, could you please repeat the question? You know, if you answer the wrong question, that will be taken wrongly and you'll be penalized for that. Don't speak memorized answers. Try not to speak memorized answers at all. The examiners are very trained. You know, even if you do a little, that's fine. But if you speak a memorized answer, which is purely memorized, and the examiner can come to know that this is memorized, he is not going to give you marks. He will change the question. He will make it more complicated. Then you will be caught. Express your opinions. You'll be assessed on your ability to communicate, which is very important. How do you express your opinions? Whenever something is asked, you give your opinion. Extremely important. The examiner's questions tend to be fairly predictable. Practice them at home and record yourself. You know, in our blog, I have given you a lot of frames. Let me take you to our blog. So let me stop this and take you to our blog. So you have to go to our website, www.webbers.in, and you press enter. And here you see a blog. You click on this blog and you see IELTS Speaking. You click on IELTS Speaking and you see a lot of frames here. These are full-fledged frames. Now, what are these frames? I'll click on one frame and show it to you. Like the topic is dancing and they have 5 questions on dancing. And then there is a cue card. And then there is a discussion. And this is free for everybody. Anybody can practice it, not a problem. Practice these. Record yourself. Take a phone, record yourself, and keep on watching yourself. How do you perform? How would you improve? Make a plan for yourself. These cue cards are extremely important because all of them are predicted. I have put up 85 frames. Even if you do 5 frames in a day, it won't finish. It won't finish. Try doing it on your own. You don't require anybody's help. All you require is a recorder of your phone. Keep it in front of you. Open the screen, open the frame, start answering the questions, and you will come to know what is going wrong with you. An extremely important thing. Very important thing. Okay. So let us go back to our presentation. Okay. So my last tip was the examiner's questions tend to be fairly predictable. Practice at home and record yourself. This one is extremely important. Record yourself. This is how you will improve. Otherwise, the chance of improving is very low. And especially without any help, it is very low. If you've got somebody to help you, somebody to listen to you, then it's fine. But if you don't have anybody to listen to you, then it can be problematic. So then you record yourself. That is a very good answer. Let's see the next one. Now, points for the object-based cue cards. The first point is you should try and cover all the questions. Cover all the questions. There will be 4 questions. First, second, third, and fourth. Answer them in a sequence. First question, second question, third question, and fourth question. Introduction and background for an object. Physical details of an object, like what do you see with your eyes? You see the color, the size, the material, the company, the branding, the logo. You know, these are the object-based cue cards. So you can just discuss about them. Some features of the object, why do you like and dislike it? Some incident attached to the object. For example, if you bought a phone, you went to a mall and you bought a phone from there, or somebody gave you on your birthday. Attach some incident along with it. And positives and negative impact of that particular object. So these are the points which you can cover in an object-based cue card. Very important. So you should watch this video once again, so you will come to know what are the points. Now let us make the class a little more interactive. This is the first object that I'm going to handle with you. So let us see this. Talk about an expensive thing that you bought recently. What was it? When did you buy it? From where did you buy it? Okay, these are the 3 questions that you have to answer. So let me see. So I can say I bought an iPhone. And you can say that I bought an iPhone 14. I think that's the latest one, right? When did you buy it? So I can say I bought it last month. And from where did you buy it? So you can say I bought it from some Apple store. if you have an Apple store in your city, or you can say an Apple retailer. So an Apple retailer or reseller. Okay. So you bought it from an Apple store. So I can simply say you bought it from an Apple store. So this is done. Now, can you cover 2 minutes with this? And my answer is a big no. You will not be able to cover 2 minutes by answering this. Now, let me try and answer this. I have bought a lot of expensive things, but recently I bought an iPhone 14 and I bought it last month from an Apple store. 10 seconds and I'm done with the cue card. Is that okay? That is not okay. That is not okay. We need to fix up this cue card with a lot of material. So what do? We start talking about the looks of the iPhone, the color, physically what you see, the size, the weight, the facilities, everything. Just keep on talking about it. When did you buy it? Add some incident along with it. So there was my friend's birthday. So we had all gone to buy things for everybody. So I thought I should buy one iPhone for myself also. So you can start talking like that. From where did you buy it? Then you can talk about the shopping mall in your city. So talk about that shopping mall a bit more. And then attach things that Apple store is there. That is the only Apple store in our city. So I bought it from there. You've got to elaborate each and every point. Now, this is your answer to this point. You just cannot speak this answer. You have to elaborate and speak around it. Same is the case with this. You just cannot speak this. You have to elaborate and speak around it. Same is the case with this. You just cannot speak on this. You have to elaborate it hugely and answer things based on this. Otherwise, you will not be able to cover 2 minutes. Now, let us talk about one thing. Till when you have to speak? Okay, let me give you some parameters. There are 3 parts of speaking called as part 1, part 2, and part 3. Part 1 of speaking has introductory questions. Part 2 of speaking has got a cue card. And part 3 of speaking has got a discussion on the cue card. If I talk about part 1, the answers of part 1 should be 2 to 3 sentences long. The answer to part 3 should be 3 to 4 sentences long. Now the cue card, how long should the cue card be? The cue card should be till the examiner stops you. So they will tell you to stop, and then you stop. But till that time, you have to keep on speaking. And if you keep on speaking till that time and you don't have material, you will tend to repeat yourself, right? That is a very important aspect. If you start repeating yourself, you'll be losing marks. So make it very sure you do not repeat yourself. You've got adequate number of points for the first 1 minute that you have there. The thinking minute, don't waste that minute. Don't waste that minute. Make points in it. Make points in it. So let me just start making some points of the cue cards. From where did you buy it? Okay. Now, elaboration ideas. So here I am going to talk about a laptop. Okay. When and where you bought it. Features like Windows, processors, graphic cards. From where you bought it and why. Talk about how you arranged the money, had savings, before buying, compared the prices, what kind of work can do the laptop, like on internet, office work, help the youngsters at home for school presentations. This is one way to elaborate the ideas. If you simply answer the questions, it is not possible to cover it, the full thing, in 1 minute and then speak on it for 2 minutes. It is not possible. You have to elaborate it properly. You have to elaborate it. Otherwise, it's not possible for you to cover it. Okay, now let me give you some exercise to do. Describe a thing that you possess and which is important to you. What is it? Who gave it to you? What is the speciality of it? Would you give it to someone else? Now, you cannot say that you've got a mobile phone or a laptop because we have covered that already. Okay, so now you simply answer this question to me in the chat box. Simply write down the answer to this question. Simply write the answer to this question. Describe a thing that you possess which is important to you. Just cover this. A thing that is important to you. Okay. You cannot speak mobile or a laptop because I have covered that. Mobile and laptop, you cannot speak. You cannot speak this. You cannot speak this. So write down the ideas in the chat box and I'm going to watch you and I'm going to see what you speak. I mean, say what you write, what you have in mind. So I'm going to check that. First of all, I'm going to wish very good evening to everybody. Yeah, start writing down the ideas. A thing that you possess which is important to you. Write down something which is important to you. Please write it down. Anything that is important to you. Okay, Kirandeep Kaur says a wristwatch. Very nice, Kirandeep Kaur. That's a good idea. That is not a mobile, not laptop. Good. Anybody else has got an idea with this? Anybody else has got an idea? Or Kirandeep Kaur is the only one who has ideas? Write down any idea that you have. Not a mobile, not a laptop. Please be quick. Rohini Sharma says makeup. Okay, you've got makeup, which is very important for you. Perfectly fine. You can also talk about it. It is very simple. Good. Anybody else? You can talk about a vehicle. A vehicle. Apple Watch. Okay, Dilshad Malik says Apple Watch. Good, Dilshad. Think about something else. Mandir Singh says a book. All right, that's a good idea. Right, I want one or two ideas more so that we can proceed further and we can elaborate on it. Think of more. A camera. Very good, Preet Kaur. She says a camera. A camera can be, right, a DSLR or something. Write more. Right, give more ideas for this, please. Okay, great. So now we've got wonderful ideas. So let's see, we'll pick up one idea from here. Okay, so let us talk about a book, a thing that you possess and which is very important for you. So I am going to talk about a book here. Okay, a book. Now we can write so much about the book. We can define the book so much. We can talk about the author. We can talk about the title of the book. What is the book about? We can talk about other things like the size of the book, the cover of the book, the price of the book, okay? And how is it important to you? What you learned from the book? What is it and who gave it to you? So you can say somebody gifted me on my birthday, or my father gifted to me on my 18th birthday. What is the speciality of that book? Now that book teaches you life lessons. Now, for example, if somebody says that which book you have, so I can say I have got, say, Bhagavad Gita. So I can talk about Bhagavad Gita, okay? Or if somebody else has to say, I got the Holy Quran. That Holy Quran was gifted to me. Or you can say, I got the Bible. Or you can say that that is very important to me, right? Look at the construction of this paragraph, which is very important to you. And you can say, I got Sukhmani Sahib. So you got so many books are there. You can talk about these religious books that you have. So it becomes very important for you. What is the speciality for it? Here you can connect a lot of things together. You can connect spirituality together. You can connect, spirituality. You can connect so many things together. spirituality. You can talk about calmness of mind, peace of mind. Would you ever give it to somebody else? Definitely yes. You can say, I will love to buy a copy. You don't say, you never share your books with somebody else, You say, I would love to buy a copy and give it to somebody else. Like you can say, I've got that miniature Guru Granth Sahib Ji, which was gifted to me, which is very precious for me. And I would like to purchase the same miniature Guru Granth Sahib Ji and give it to my friends on their birthdays, buy a copy and give it to them. Right? So, I have constructed a whole story around it. That is very important. Constructing a story is the most important thing in the cue card. Now I've given you a lot of ideas on how the object-based cue cards can be spoken. Let's discuss about some more cue cards. And I want your participation in this. Let me see what other people have written. Very nice. So it says, Maninder Singh says a bike. Gil Saab says a watch. Leena Sharma says a laptop. Simran Preet Kaur says a book, a bag. Gil Saab says, I received from my uncle. Very good. Very nice. Okay. So let me just give you some more ideas. We'll just be covering object-based cue card. And don't worry, after today, you will be in a perfect condition to answer any object-based cue card. Okay. So a cell phone idea, I'm giving it to you. I've already given it to you, but I'm just noting it down for the latecomers who have come late. My cell phone is very important for me for communicating with my friends and families, using of internet and getting knowledge, updating blogs, social network. What are the things you like to do? Playing games, brand name, cost of the phone, from where you bought it, uses, size, color, material, applications. I need to give it to my phone to someone who needs it. So, you can talk like this, and the whole elaboration of the ideas is done. Okay. Now, these are the cue cards which we are going to discuss today. Talk about something you bought this year. Okay, now we are not going to discuss of something very different. Okay, a memorable gift. Let us start handling it one by one. So first of all, let me just cover it. 1 second. Let us cover it one by one. So I'm just going to cover it one by one for you. Just give me a second. Okay. So now, the cue cards are the simplest things if you know how to make a story. But if you don't know how to make a story, then they become very, very problematic because you don't know what is happening. Then they become very problematic. Okay. So let me share my screen and we'll do all these cue cards one by one. My first cue card is describe something you bought this year. Okay. So I want your ideas on something you bought this year. So write down some points on something you bought this year. Something you bought this year. Please write down as many points as you can on something you bought this year. Activa. Very good. Activa. I would suggest you to buy an electric vehicle. There is so much to talk about it. EV. So you have got a lot of EVs. I think Activa has also become an EV now, electric vehicle. That will be very good. That will be extremely good. Fine. So we are done with this. The next one. Describe a memorable gift. So answer this cue card. Describe a memorable gift. Think of something different. Think of something different. Okay. So you have boat speakers. Rohini Sharma says this. Maninder Singh says a new car. Very good. Very nice. A memorable gift now. Let's talk about a memorable gift. Think of a memorable gift. iPhone. Okay. Think of more. Memorable gift. Somebody gave you a gift or you got the gift from somebody. A memorable gift. So think of something which is very creative, which no other person can think of. Talk like that. A wooden mirror, right? A very interesting, Kirandeep Kaur, very good idea. A wooden mirror. Okay, a wooden frame mirror. So a wooden frame mirror. Nice idea. I love the idea. It is something different, When things are different, it becomes very interesting. A wooden framed mirror. Okay. Right. So let's see what creative ideas you have. iPhone, a ring. Okay. So next thing. Describe a valuable possession that you have. This has been done. Okay, next one. An expensive gift you received. Again, this has been done. A gift you gave someone. This has been, think of something more creative. Sunglasses. Okay, very good. You know, the more wild you think, the better ideas you'll get. I've always been saying that. Think something more creative. Maninder Singh, set of new books about recipes and history of Punjab. Oh, Maninder Singh, I love this idea. That's a great idea. Absolutely a great idea. Absolutely love this idea. Yeah. Something which is very different, which people cannot think. That is when people start thinking, okay, this person has not crammed. Okay, let me just cover one point with you. While taking the speaking, when say 20 people come to you and we've got a cue card, talk about an expensive item that you have or expensive gift that somebody gave you, and all the 20 keep speaking about iPhone. It is so boring. It is so boring. It looks like everybody has memorized. That's not a good idea. Think of something creative. Let me see what other creative ideas you have. My friend gave me old photos. Oh, nice, nice. So you can say he made a collage, and that was a very memorable gift. So all our school photographs and the college photographs, he pasted them and he made a beautiful collage. Nice, interesting idea. Or you can put it in an album and then give it to you. I took a printout of all the photographs and gave it to you. Okay, that's a good idea. Let me see what other ideas you have. I love the idea of sunglasses also, Dilshad Malik, sunglasses, because nobody thinks about sunglasses that much. So you can talk about a brand of the sunglasses. Dilshad, what brand of sunglasses would you say that you have? Think of some brand of these sunglasses that you would say that you bought. Sunglasses. Because a brand will be important if something is branded and somebody gives it to you. That becomes important. A gold ring, all right, some jewelry item, that's also a memorable gift that people can talk about. Very good, very nice. So let's see some more cue cards. A gift that you gave to your friend, okay. A piece of equipment that is important in your home. Okay, now let's talk about a piece of equipment that is important in your home. This can be an electronic gadget also. An electronic gadget. Now, please be creative. Please be creative here. Don't think of iPhone. Don't think of laptop. Think of something else. An electronic gadget that is important in your home. So now think of a piece of equipment that is important in your home. Think of a piece of equipment that is important in your home. Electronic gadget. You can talk about the size, the brand, the color, the uses, advantage, disadvantage. So many things about electronic gadget. How do you use it? What is the benefit of it? Attach some incident along with it. This is what happened when we bought this gadget. Television, water purifier. Ruby Devi, Kirandeep Kaur says television. Ruby says water purifier. Okay. I want more ideas, more creative ideas. Refrigerator. Okay. All right. Okay, something more which people don't think of. A mixer, right? A mixer in a grinder, okay. A microwave. Dilshad Malik. Maninder Singh says mixer, okay. Cool. Very good. A washing machine, right? An automatic washing machine, Preet Kaur says this. A water purifier, Maninder Singh says this, okay. I always feel, and whenever I'm taking the speaking of the students, I always feel one thing. The biggest mistake what the person does while speaking is choosing the wrong answer. They choose the wrong answer. They always choose something wrong. And then in the middle of the cue card, you can see from their face that this person has made a mistake and he's going to repent it. And then what happens? He realizes his mistake and he says, I have made a mistake. And many times they try to change the track. Then it cannot be changed. That 1 minute for planning, take the right decision. Take the right decision. You cannot change your essay. You cannot change your cue card. Once it is written, it is written. You know, it's like a bullet fired from the gun. When it's fired, it's gone. It will hit and only then it will settle. It is not possible. Just settle it like that. So let us see something more. Describe a bag you want to own. Now, a bag you want to own. This is my last cue card for today. A bag you want to own. Now, talk about branded bags here. Don't talk about a simple bag. Talk about a branded bag, because the more expensive brand you talk here, the more things you will be having to talk. Talk about an expensive brand, expensive bag. Describe a bag you want to own. Talk about it. Expensive brand you want to own, expensive bag that you want to own. A bag. Talk about a bag you want to own. Expensive bag you want to own. Write down an expensive bag that you want to own. Gucci bag, Rohini Sharma, very good. Rohini, write down the cost also of the Gucci bag. What is the cost of the Gucci bag? Write down. Let us see what you have. Okay. Write down the bag that you want to own. This is my last cue card for the day. An object-based cue card. An American tourist. Ruby Devi says American tourist. Okay, that's a bag that you want to own. You can talk a lot about it. You want to go to Canada and you'll take your stuff in that bag, and it's a very sturdy bag, right? Think of something more. Think of some more brands, some more things. A bag that you want to own. Leather bag, branded icon. Okay, Dilshad Malik says this, right? You can talk about a laptop bag also, a bag that you want to own. Right, good. Write down more, a bag that you want to own. Right, that's great. Tommy Hilfiger. Price of the bag is, Dilshad Malik says price of the bag is 5,000. Good. See, nobody is going to verify the price. Nobody cares about the price. The examiner is not there to verify. He will not even react to you. He'll just sit like this and keep on observing you. So don't worry. You just have to keep on speaking. They are checking 4 things from you: fluency and coherence, grammatical range and accuracy, lexical resource, and pronunciation. These are the 4 things that are being checked. You just have to keep on speaking. He will check you automatically. Don't have to worry about what he's checking. You just do your work properly. That's the only thing. That's the only thing. Okay. And I hope that this class was quite useful for you. I gave you a lot of ideas on object-based cue cards. See you tomorrow with the next class. So tomorrow's class will be based again on reading. So I have this cycle of reading, listening, writing, speaking. Again, it goes on and on. So I'll cover reading tomorrow, and I'm going to cover multiple choice questions in reading. Okay. I haven't covered that till now, so I'll cover them.